This is a video by Rich Pin. Today we're working on a Chevy Malibu. This happens to be a 2005 model. And what we're doing today is we are removing the steering wheel. First thing we want to do is make sure that the key is out of the ignition. And then we want to disconnect the negative battery cable from the battery and wait at least a half an hour to an hour before we proceed, because we'll be dealing with the airbag. Now, first thing we're going to do is to remove this bottom cover here. There are some 7mm headed screws that hold it on. Alright, you can see I flipped the tilt lever down to remove that piece right there. Next thing we need to do is to turn our steering wheel on this angle right here so we can get at the release points for the airbag. I'll show you those now. Now on the back of the steering wheel, you can see these pieces right here. There'll be 4 of those. See the flat right there? What you do is you'll get your screwdriver here on the flat, and then you'll push down. You push down on the screwdriver, and that will move the wire, and that will release the airbag. So we have to do that on 4 of those right now. Alright, let's start getting these out. Alright, let's see. I think we got one left to do here. There we go. Now, after we get our airbag all free like that, we want to make sure that the steering wheel, the wheels are straight ahead and the steering wheel is in the straight ahead position, just like this. Now, to remove the airbag, first of all, we want to remove our connections right here. There's a little lock. You flip up just like that and just pull it off. Got 2 of them to do. You don't even need a tool, just by hand. And then we have another wire right here with a spade connector, and then that's it. Now make sure when you set your airbag down, set it down with the trim up, just for safety's sake. Okay, so our airbag's all out. Next thing we want to do is loosen the nut. We don't want to take it all the way off, because when we pop the steering wheel off, we don't want it come flying out. Alright. Now let's get our puller on there. Take our J hooks. Put those in there. And we'll get our puller in place. Get that right in the hole. Of the shaft there. Ratchet here somewhere. Okay. Oh, look at that, huh? Did that pop that off there as slick as could be? No problem. Gotta make sure you have the right adapters for your GM with these J hooks to go in there. So you definitely need that puller. So now that we pop that, and we can't remove the nut because I believe they nylocked it. Yes, they did. Nylock nut right there. Now, one thing before we remove our steering wheel. Okay, this one has an arrow and it has a groove. Now if it didn't, what you'd want to do is you want to mark that right there. Mark so you make sure that you get your steering wheel back. But this one has an arrow. Now before we can remove our steering wheel, we need to remove this connector right here. There is a little lock right in there that you'll have to lift like that, and then you can remove it. Now there should be nothing holding the steering wheel in now, so it should come right off, and you'll have to feed these wires through like that, through the cavity, and there it is. The wheel's all off. And that's all there is to removing the steering wheel on your Chevy Malibu.